move very freely, and we got some open shots.
Over the years, you've kind of molded the strengths of
So,
over the years, you've kind of used the strengths of your team and build your
Yeah.
offenses around that. Is this a shooting team?
well, it certainly seems to be statistically, and this is a pretty good sample size, 10 games, a third of the season. It is a team that can shoot, but this team has more than one guy now that can score at the rim on the low post. So we do want to throw the ball in the low post more. And I thought we had opportunities to throw the ball in there to Tom and Dimitri. They didn't maybe necessarily finish as much, but we have had baskets from all of our front court guys so far. And I do think this team can play with a lot of balance, and I think the key for us is recognizing balance during the course of a game. Playing inside out. We talk about that. The other thing is we could throw it inside, and our front court guys. 4 of the 5 will very eagerly throw the ball back out. The one guy, Dimitri, is excited about scoring. So he doesn't quite see the court as well as the other guys, but he obviously is a gifted scorer.
And it's a couple 100-point games for you guys now. I mean, did you anticipate having this kind of firepower?
No, and you know what? I follow scores nationally. Scoring's up, and I don't necessarily think it's because of the way the game's being called. I don't know what the phenomenon is, but I pay attention to a lot of schools. I'm watching Richmond scoring a lot of points. It doesn't make any sense that their best guard in the last 5 years graduated, and they're scoring more points. But scoring's seemingly going up, and we're scoring the ball a little bit easier. I don't encounter this is going to be the same, though, in mid-January as it is now in beginning of December. I think there's going to be, at least in our league, there's going to be a grinding halt to the points. There's not going to be that many games getting to the mid-80s. Forget the 90s. I don't see that happening in our league. So the scores will eventually go down, in my opinion. Our scores will go down, and for us, it's continuing to try and get better defensively. This is, I think, 4 or 5 games in a row we've held our opponent to 43% from the field or lower. But again, I still think we give up some dinky baskets. Part of that is, when we give up some dinky baskets, we don't have a guy that's flying over the rim, and taking care of some errant shots. We have to be a positional team, and we have to fight for low post position. We got to do a better job of blocking out. We got to come up with loose balls. But I think eventually scoring will go down.
It's been a long time since you had a 30-point score. Shaq came out on a really good night, especially because he struggled here at the Convocation Center this year. Did you have a feeling about him pregame?
Not pregame, no. But I don't really worry about his ability to score. And as pleased as I am with his ability to score, it's really his passing ability and his basketball IQ that makes us a better basketball team on the offensive end. And so I don't really talk to Shaq about anything about scoring. I talk to him about making the easy pass, taking care of the basketball. The turnovers he had, I think, were trying to do a little bit too much off the bounce. Trying to dribble, the ball in creative ways. We don't need that from him, and he'll hear that from me. He heard that from me on the timeouts. We just need him to move the ball because he always knows where the ball should go, and not everybody at this level does know where the next pass the ball should be at all times. He's one of the guys that has a great feel for how the ball should move, and grateful that he can score, that he had a good game. He'll have other good games. Who knows if he gets to 30 again, but he is a guy, obviously, that's very explosive, but it's his passing ability that I think that helps us become a better team.
14 three-pointers. I think if we go back a year ago, I don't know if we would be talking about a team that can do that on a consistent basis. Do you think that's a number you guys can hit consistently? Do you think you can shoot this well from beyond the arc?
Yeah, I don't know. I think teams are going to make us, score inside, and guard the three-point line. I can tell you at least 4 teams in our league that aren't going to give us that many threes. I think the way that Marshall plays ball screens, they try and down it, they try and push you to the corner, and we were able to get loose and find teammates on the other side of the court. It's a little bit unique. I've watched a lot on TV. I don't know that anybody in our league plays ball screens just like that, so I don't know. I'm not counting on 14 made threes. What I'm counting on, truthfully, is our defense to get better and our toughness level to continue to increase.
You don't have another game until Saturday. Pretty nice time to get this rest.
Well, I think our guys need it, truthfully. Particularly Yohani. He's, I don't think he's far away from being 100%, but when he's not 100%, he's not really the same player. He needs to be explosive and quick. He's not quite as quick right now, and he can really use the rest. We're going to the last week of class this week, so our guys need to make sure that they're doing everything they can to finish up the academic semester strong.
It's speaking of Yo-Yo not playing a great game tonight, does the team gain confidence when they're able to play as well as they are without having a lot of competition?
He's as good a teammate as we've had here. He's the one clapping in the locker room the loudest. And, we obviously need him to be the player that he is and he has become. But he doesn't think for 1 minute that this impacts him, like the fact that he didn't score or play. He's grateful, that his teammates had an opportunity to have some of those minutes, shots, opportunities. And that's a great thing. He's a terrific teammate, and he's highly appreciative of the experience here at JMU, and he's a guy that everybody likes in the locker room because of his unselfish nature.
Can you talk a bit about George Mason game, first time
Yep.
that they're here as an Atlanta 10 opponent?
Yeah.
That'll be a big game. Is that when you circle on your calendar?
Well, no, not really. We put this game on our calendar because it's a great game for JMU. It's a great game for George Mason. Like Richmond, I think, like Marshall is a natural rivalry. So is East Carolina. I mean, so these next, particularly 2 games coming up, and including the one we played tonight, they're natural rivalries that go back a long time, football and basketball. So really good games for JMU, and hopeful that the students come out on Saturday afternoon and that we can, have maybe our best crowd. I'm really eager and hopeful that our students will support us. But Dave Paulson's doing a terrific job at George Mason. They have a couple young guards that when they play well, that's a very good team because they've got great length in their front court, and they've got explosive guard scoring. So it should be a good game.